Hey guys, Avi here, and welcome back to our series on Python programming. Now, we left off where we just talked about lists, and in today's lecture, we're talking about dictionaries, a new type of data structure. Now, what is a dictionary? Well, let's take an example. Let's say that we have students in a classroom, and every single student has a name and an age. If we want to store this information in a list, we'd say something like students is equal to, and then in square brackets, each student's name, and then their age. So Bob 12, Rachel 13, and Emily 15. Okay? This works, right? We're storing every student's name and age one after the other, but it's not effective. If I want to find out what Rachel's age is, I first have to find out where Rachel is in the list and then find the value next to it. That's not effective, that's not efficient. We shouldn't be using a list data structure in this scenario. That's where dictionaries come in. If you guys have ever seen a map and every single legend on the map, you know how green is land, blue is water, so on and so forth, where each symbol has a value. Well, that's the core principle of a dictionary. Every dictionary has a key and a value. When you try to access the key, you get the value of that dictionary. Pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and use this exact same data we made for a list and make a dictionary out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and say students is equal to, and then create a dictionary, use curly brackets. So students is equal to Bob, then colon 12, okay? So Bob is the key and 12 is the value. The next one is Rachel, colon 13, and Emily, colon 15. Awesome. So this is students dictionary. Each key is the name, each value is the age. If I print out students, I get Emily 15, Bob 12, Rachel 13. Awesome. Now, the next thing is accessing one of the values. Now, I want to find out how old Rachel is. How do I do that? Well, I'm going to say students, and then in square brackets, the key. In this case, the key is Rachel. So students Rachel, that gets me her age, 13. Let's do the same thing with Bob. Students, and then square brackets, quotation marks, Bob, I get 12, okay? So that's the core principle of dictionaries, how you create a dictionary, how you access a value of the dictionary. Now let's say that Rachel is now 15. I want to update her age. How do I do that? Well, the exact same way we access her age, students, Rachel, all we have to do now is set that value to a new value. So students, Rachel is equal to 15. Now, if I print out students, I see that Rachel is now 15. So that's one way you can update a dictionary. Another way to delete items in a dictionary, let's say that Emily left the school. How do I remove that sort of key value pair from the dictionary? One of the functions is the del function, the del, and then all I have to do is say my dictionary name and then what key value pair, or in this case, what key am I trying to remove? I don't want to have Emily anymore in my dictionary. So I'm going to say del students Emily, and that removes the Emily key and her respective value from the dictionary. So now I have Bob and Rachel. A couple more functions in dictionaries. You have the len function. So you can find out the length of your dictionaries by calling len and then in brackets your dictionary name. So I find out that there are 2 items in my dictionary. And one last thing about dictionaries that you guys should know is that you're not supposed to have multiple keys that correspond to different values. So if you have the same key over and over again, let's say you have 3 Bobs in the classroom. I'm going to create a new students array. I'm going to have Bob 12. Let's say we have another Bob, his name age is 14, and another Bob, and his age is 16. You're not supposed to have a dictionary like this. Each key should be unique, because now if I try to access Bob's age, Python doesn't know which Bob we're talking about, and it automatically uses the last key that we entered. So if we have Bob 12, Bob 14, Bob 16, Python's going to realize that, hey, the last key Bob was this one, and its value is 16, so it's going to return 16. In most cases, when you're dealing with dictionaries, you want each key to be separate so that problems like these don't arise. But anyways, awesome job for this lecture. Quick recap, you're using dictionaries when you have a key and a value. When you have sort of like in legends or maps, you have a symbol, and that symbol is associated with value. Exact same case over here. You can see your dictionary just printing it out. You can update the values by changing what the key corresponds to. You can delete values in the dictionary, figure out how long it is, and also understand that you should have different keys for throughout your dictionary. Don't repeat your keys in dictionary because that's not proper programming practice. Anyways, awesome job in this lecture. If you have any questions, don't forget to ask below. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next video.